Hello, great people, good people, and welcome to Throw It Thursday. Not throwback, we're going to throw it Thursday. How's everyone doing today? And welcome to another episode of Montez at Midday. How's everyone doing today? You know the routine. Raise that roof, raise it on up there for sure. Hope everyone is doing fine and magnificent today. On this beautiful Thursday midday afternoon. Got high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug this thing out. Oh, let's get in here for the real thing. Two times on it. Oh. Just feels good sometimes, just to hug yourself. Give yourself the satisfaction you deserve. Everyone hydrated, get their walk in, get their breakfast in, get that hug in. You satisfy yourself. You smoke you something this morning. Either way, we're together. We are together for sure. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If the job is going well, all the bills are paid, and you're adjusting to your new position at your job, there it is. Some people need that. Need that acceptance when you go into that new position. A role-playing opportunity is there for you. Is the raise working out for you? Did you move recently? How's that going? New neighborhoods can be therapeutic. You can say, this is exactly what I needed. Whether you drive, walking, or biking, or Ubering, or Lyfting. As long as you're happy. That is for sure. Let's get through our pillars of the day. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. Most importantly, please laugh. Get that laughing out there. A lot of people hold back on the laughing. Come on now. Get that laughing in there. It's needed. It is really, it's the good therapy that we all need. We all have our versions of doing things we think are good for us or put us in a good spot. But I guess time will tell. Thank you all again for the birthday shout outs to Dre Jr. Yesterday was his 30th birthday. Shout out to my son again. Hoot nanny, hoot nanny, hoot nanny. Whether you're watching on Facebook, hello. If you're watching on X, aka Twitter, hello. If you're watching on YouTube, deuces to you. And shout out to our dude Wally. Wally had to take care of some business at a cell phone store in person. We all know how troubling that can be. But Wally said everything worked out. No one got hurt. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here, folks. Speaking of nothing to see here, folks, yesterday at NBA, we found out what they're going to do to Draymond Green. Indefinite suspension. He's built up quite the track record. Everybody says things of this nature. Is something wrong with that brother? I hope he gets the help that he deserves. So on one hand, the eye test, we can see it. On the other hand, from segments on TV shows and movies and news features, documentaries, past athletes, even entertainers, they say this here. If you put yourself in a particular environment all the time, you're going to pick up some of those traits. If you put yourself in a particular environment, you're going to pick up some of those traits. What I mean by that, when Draymond Green was in Michigan, he's a Pistons fan, his best friend of the Detroit Bad Boys at that time, when Rasheed and all them was there, and Rip Hamilton, the GM of the Pistons, his son and Draymond were best friends. So Draymond was around all of that bad boy bullying mentality, the lingo, the language, the antics. What you expect him to do once he gets to the league? What you expect him to do? I'm not making excuses. No, not at all. I think the suspension handed down by the NBA was needed and justified. I agree with everyone else. If David Stern was still here with us and in charge of the NBA, Draymond Green would be out of the NBA. hands down. You'd probably be a good 30 of them out of the league. Got to go. David Stern was different. We talked about this yesterday on the show about marketing and globalization of the game. You think the NFL is trying to go other places. The NBA is trying to do the same thing as well and also keep those relationships open for the many different ethnic backgrounds these players have and nationalities and religion. They need the globalization of the sport to work in their favor. And when you have actions like that, it's not looking good. And then last night in the NBA, Milwaukee and Indiana Pacers. We have seen kids fight over a ball before. We have seen people fight over a straw, over a seat. But last night, you had a player on the Pacers who scored his first point in the game, in an NBA game. He won the game ball. Giannis scored 64 points. And they want to give him another ball, not the game ball. And Giannis peeped this. I understand game balls. They're very significant in our memorabilia for ourselves, our children, our family, loved ones, friends. It don't matter. Memorabilia is memorabilia. And when you achieve a statistical task like that, I want the ball. I want the ball. And lo and behold, the NBA in back-to-back nights are the top of the discussion for the behavior on the court. Not about the play on the court. All that has been erased. That 64 points, nobody paying attention to it now. Because now we're worried about chasing somebody after the ball. We done had a security guard in the NBA. We done had a security guard doctor in the NFL, all in the wrong spot at the wrong damn time. What is the responsibility of your job and criteria when you work in these fields? I've talked to many of my friends that are in the sports world that are behind the scenes, as far as photographers or reporters that know the do's and don'ts. What is the criteria? What is the responsibility of your job and your position you be in here? Don't take advantage of it. I'm starting to think that some of these people that work for these teams are taking advantage of the situation. Now, the case in Miami when Tyreek Hill took the young man's phone, it's clearly evident that Tyreek took his phone, but they had to let him go due to the fact he wasn't supposed to do that. But Tyreek said, I'm going to take care of him financially. Neither here nor there. The NBA the past 2 nights, wow, didn't see that coming. Young people, can we talk? I like certain things all the time too. Quite sure everybody does. It's their thing. I wish they had this. I wish they served it with that or with that. But this Doritos shit has got to stop. I don't know who we got to talk to as a unit, as a company, as a whole, as the policies and procedures that be. But Dorito flavored liquor. As much as I love fried chicken, as much as I love meatloaf and cheesecake, I don't want no alcohol tasting like that or smelling like it. No. Food has its own food group. Chips, over there. Doritos need to stay over there. I done seen the chocolate chip cookie pizza. I think the internet and these people sharing these recipes are getting bored. People have forgotten how to cook. Well, they don't know how to cook. That's why they put in Doritos and Fritos and onion rings and Funyuns in fucking food. Where does it say in any home ec class you took to put Doritos in alcohol? What is going on? Does the alcohol taste that bad for young people? It has to be somebody 28 and under that came up with this sick, disgusting idea to come up with a Doritos flavored liquor. Let me go into one house between now and January 15th, and I see that bottle. We pouring that shit out. We pouring that shit out. but douse, but have no room here for that. What happened to, I don't even want to say common sense. How did this make it past the test group? How did it make it this far? Okay. Doritos flavored liquor. Remember a few years ago, them Tide Pod shots, them kids were eating them, getting sick, and then the bar industry figured out how to make that as a shot. We have lost it. We have lost it for sure. What's up, Scott? What's going on, boss? We have lost our mind. The people that fought for us to drink alcohol and beer and appreciate the good times are pissed. A Doritos flavored liquor. I've heard worse. The NBA is running amok, fighting over game balls, choking, hitting players. Suspension is needed. Well, it's Thursday, folks, and how we doing today? Welcome to the show. Shout out to Summer Properties, Tile Grove East, South City, family owned, locally owned, short-term housing, or maybe you are looking for a place. Website coming at the beginning of the year. If anything pops up, I would definitely let you know for sure. It's getting wild and wacky out here. No matter how you look at it or when you watch it or when you saw it, if you're into music, hip-hop has had its influence throughout everything from clothing to graffiti, music, of course, sporting world. Hip-hop is everywhere you go. They say hip-hop is 50 years old. The Grammys gave us a hip-hop concert in appreciation of the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. Was that hip-hop? Was that hip-hop what the Grammys gave us the other night? Was that hip-hop? Or was it rappers? Was it just a party? For 50 years, the Grammys didn't say hello at all to hip-hop. The first hip-hop award winner wasn't even there to get the award. Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Now, think of all the people that performed this past week at the Grammys. Now, think of the people who were not there, that are still alive, do concerts in various places, was not out of the country. Think about those people and the fact, the verbiage, if you watch the concert, listen to the verbiage of the speakers they were using. I don't think they wrote those words. I think someone wrote for the Grammys, had them say this. The birth of hip-hop was the Grammys. I remember a time we had an award show called what? The Source Awards. It may not have been the finest venue, may not have had the best setup, but it was hip-hop. It was its own thing, ran by the people and the powers that be of hip-hop. But, of course, when money gets involved, things change. And it became a point on how do we honor the people in hip-hop music. Not rap music, hip-hop. Big difference. I still don't think they got it right. But the more and more I listen to that KRS-One breaking down what the Grammys pulled off, it's not a diss. It's not a boo, you Grammys. But at the same time, let's look at the bigger picture here. All that time, there's one show on that particular day? No. I tell you what you ought to do. Go to Vegas. Guess who's about to take up residency? The Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang about to set up in Vegas. I don't think it can be one true hip-hop 50-year anniversary celebration. I think it needs to go on in every damn state. Every damn state. Hip-hop needs to be celebrated. We celebrate every damn thing else. If we can have Donut Day, if we can have Pizza Day and Taco Tuesday, we can have Hip Hop Day every week. for the next 50 years. That's what I ought to do. Give us our reparations in music. Huh? How about that? Huh? How about that? But did they get it right? I don't think so. I mean, I appreciate what the Grammys did. I appreciate the artists that were there. I appreciate it. I haven't appreciated all the men that were wearing heels. Had no idea that many men still wore heels and that many artists were that fucking short. But I appreciate it. I really did. Now, the next thing we got to look forward to, this could cause an argument. There may need to be security there. Need to get a hold of Peanut. Oh, Mr. Tillman works with the FBI, the Chicago field office, because in January, the Chicago Bulls have a Ring of Honor ceremony they're going to do. What came on Netflix during COVID? What did Mike say? And what did he say about Pip? Okay. There's been a lot of verbiage from Scottie Pippin's in, a little bit from Dennis Rodman, and some of the other participating members of the Bulls during the great run of the 90s of the Chicago Bulls. That documentary was played at the right time. Everybody was able to see it at that time, the way it came out. Whether you rock with Jordan or not, whether you're a Bulls fan or not, none of that matters. Are you a basketball fan? If you're a basketball fan and you watch that documentary, and now they have the Ring of Honor coming out in January in Chicago, oh boy. It's going to be some furniture moving at this motherfucker. Don't say they older, they can handle it now. No. I told you yesterday, there are two sporting groups that are the most jealous motherfuckers on the planet. I said sporting, not music groups. Basketball and football players. Basketball players are jelly. If you don't believe me, just test somebody you know that hoop about 2-3 days a week. just test the water and see what happens. What's up, Mike? My brother from the state of Washington. What's going on? I understand why certain franchises and sporting clubs do these rings or rafter hangings or a glass piece to show the appreciation of a particular group of players that play for these organizations during a period of time where greatness was seen and valued around the world. But what them Bulls did, that was insane. That was pretty damn spectacular what they did. When you sit back, it went so fast. It went so fast. I mean, what the Bulls were doing, it affected the economy, all the way down to the cab driver, the bathroom attendants. They changed the way you went home from work if the Bulls were playing. If you don't believe me, go back and look at some of the video. And look at the video today. Games start at the same time. Tell me what the people wearing in the videos. Suits over here. Well, know what the fuck they wearing over here in 2023. Some of these people go to the game in any damn thing. If they not in the main rows by the bench or the scoring table and up under the backboard, they wear some nice shit. But the rest of the people, you didn't know we were going to the game? I mean, damn. You might want to change, bro. You might want to change. People at sporting events now wear any and the most ridiculous shit known to man. 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, people wore the right shit to the particular sport. You'll see a person at the Raiders Chargers game tonight wearing a Seattle jersey. You didn't get the memo, man? You're not even playing. Back in the day, they didn't allow that. You need to go. Go. You need to enforce that rule. Wear the appropriate clothing, the appropriate sports attire. Okay? Get that under your head. This is going to be must-see TV with the Ring of Honor. I do believe they're playing the Golden State Warriors in January. I think it's January 12th. I think Steph Curry will be gone from Golden State then, hopefully, because right now the way they're pointing the finger at that man is just wrong. And Steph is the only one on that team that want to play basketball. You got Clay arguing with the front office. You got Wiggins. I don't even think he want to play basketball no more. Yeah, they don't want to play basketball no more. And we know what the drama Draymond got going on. Steve Kerr, he in his pillow voice, like when Jordan got there, maybe Mike need to choke him out. Steve Kerr is not the same. He's turned into a corporate coach. Aha, a corporate coach. That's exactly what he turned into for sure. Definitely. It is the verbiage around sports, the do's and don'ts, the trials and tribulations, all of that is coming into play some way or another. What's going on, Wally? What's going on, my man? Wally joining the show. Hope all is well with you, good buddy. Get in here and see what the good people were saying. Okay, what Wally got to say? Yeah, okay, yeah, Still no phone connection. Oh man, that's hate to hear that. Wally still haven't got the phone connection figured out yet. We're gonna see what we can do. Let's call some people. Susan, get Agent Zero on the phone. He's on the phone. Yes, we have an issue. We have another cell phone issue. We need to help out Wally today. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. We put a call into the people, by the people, of the people. Thank you, sir. All righty. Until next time. You see how that works? You put a call in and people help. Thank you, Susan. Thank you for sure. Thank you. It is the holiday time of the year and everybody trying to do something right for themselves and feel good in that moment as well. We all know that Dre loves the horse track over in Collinsville. Shout out to my dude Alex at the track. But don't forget, during the sporting events, there's something over there for everyone. So get on over there. Say hello to the good people, whether it's college basketball, men or women, NFL. Bowl season is here. And NBA basketball, there's something for everyone over at Horse Track Sportsbook FanDuel in Collinsville. Stop on by, say hello in the building, good people. If you're just tuning in, we discussed what happened yesterday in the NBA about Draymond Green. I think they got it right. To break it down to its purest form, growing up, Draymond was a Pistons fan. He was best friends with the GM of the Pistons back in the day, that bad boy shit. So he was in the locker room, all on the stage. He saw all that bad behavior and kept that up here. Maybe that could be it. Okay? Maybe that could be it. Okay? Same time last night, we had Giannis doing a 20-yard sprint, pulling a man to get the game ball after dropping 64 points, which is pretty spectacular. But now we got all of this. So NBA, we hope you clean that up. You got the Wu-Tang going to Vegas. I'm not applauding this here, though. Dorito-flavored liquor. I've had it up here. It's like some of the names of the strains of marijuana. See, now y'all going too far. Now y'all just talking to y'all kids saying, what color is that? Well, not, and now it's the name of the bud. No. I need some originality. Let's get back to its purest form, for sure. Also yesterday, we saw, with some of you, Reggie White. Documentary came on yesterday by ESPN 30 for 30. I state your name, had the pleasure and honor of meeting Reggie White in 1990 in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, home of the Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl week in Hawaii is the most fascinating thing ever because the players are so cool and laid back. They know everyone is not going to recognize them, so they cool, especially at that time. But who could not know who Reggie White is? I had Reggie White and Alan Page, former Purple People Eater who used to play, who was a judge also at the time. They were both in Hawaii, Pro Bowl week. Reggie was with his wife and his son. Son was real little at that time, real little. And no, he was not. He was just with his wife and another group of people. Anywho, met him, talked like 5-10 minutes. Boom, went about it. Years go by. I ended up living in Charlotte, North Carolina. And as I got into radio in Charlotte. Reggie at the time was living in Charlotte. Came by the station, commercial break. I reintroduced myself. He says, "Hey, I do remember you. You had the little haircut. I had the little slope, the little Sean Kemp." All those years later, that man still remembered me. And I was in Navy uniform, but now I was in civilian uniform. But wow, an outstanding documentary. For all you kids out there that question the style of play of the NFL today, what you can and can't do, this man had 21 sacks in 12 games. Reggie White was different. And the piece that gets me, Jerome Brown. Jerome Brown. That's the one thing about sports history that we missed out on so many opportunities on what could have been in sports. Feel as though we got cheated sometimes when we see these things that happen. I mean, Malik in the NBA, Len Bias in the NBA. Just so many athletes and things we did not get a chance to get to come to fruition in the way we visualize it as far as these great athletes getting together and seeing what could possibly happen magically. But didn't get a chance to see the whole picture. But if you did not get a chance to see the documentary on Reggie White, woo, the Minister of Defense, check it out. It is out there, any of your ESPN apps that you have out there for sure. But folks, it is Throw It Thursday, and thanks again for the birthday shout-outs to Dre Jr. yesterday. Did not go unnoticed, untapped at all. Also, shout-out to a friend of the show, Get Well, Calabasas, Cassie Joe. Big Ugga fan and friend of the show. Get well, speedy, and safe recovery. We got you, girl. We got you. All right. On that level right there, showing concern. Showing concern for people, strangers, friends, family members, sometimes can be tricky. Showing concern, you hovering. Don't worry about it. I got this. You jealous. You want me. You can't have me. But we're just trying to show concern. This time of year especially. You can see the manipulation that's about to happen to some people, and you try to step in to be a friend, a voice of concern. Sometimes people don't see it that way. You can't be happy for me. You just jealous. I told you I'm not attracted to you. I told you I'm a grown person. I know what I'm doing. I'm older than you. Why do you feel you got to talk to me that way? You're going to hear all kind of dumbass shit like that when you're trying to show concern for people. You know, you're not being nosy, but you told me something, and I'm going to give you an answer, give you a response to what you asked me. So what's the problem in that? It's not an argument. It's a conversation. What do you know about this person? You sure you want me to tell you that? Because if I tell you what I know, you're going to say, oh, you're just trying to make it seem like this person is that bad. No, you said, what do I think of him or her? What do I know about him or her? And I told you, or I tell you, I've worked with both of them 5 years ago and 8 years ago with the other one. They're the same pieces of shit. Now, if you want to go down that road, that's on you. And they do. I'm back, and guess what happened? They mad at you. Oh, my God. You see it in movies, television, and also IRL, in real life. Why is that? Why is that? Why can't people take, let me wear the red tie or the blue tie? That's it, the blue tie. Okay. There's no gray tie in there. There's no orange tie. Red or blue, which one? That's it. Answer the question. So if you answer the question, why are you getting chastised? Why? You know, it amazes me how people don't know to ask for help, don't know how to ask for help. And when you give people help that ask for help, they don't want the help. I mean, make up your mind. We ought to do that test they did on Grant a few years ago for Valentine's Day. They had a wall, white wall, and they had these Post-it notes. Okay? They turned the lights out, and you write on that Post-it note whatever you want to get off your chest and just stick it on the board. Complete anonymity. Fascinating. Fascinating when people were able to get off their chest. Say things they're afraid to say. Nothing hurtful, nothing painful, but something that's inside of you that you need to get out. It's not saying you need a therapist, you need pills, you need to lay on the couch backwards. I need to play some damn easy listening music for you. No. What it's saying is you want to get it out. I just want to get it out of me. There it is. So when people say, hey, I'm just showing concern because they see something in you that you need to get out. It's not, are you okay? Every 3 minutes, every 5 minutes. That can be annoying. I get that. But when you generally care for someone or love someone and concerned about them, and you see any type of sign and you don't step in, how do you deem yourself a friend? If you do step in with the right intentions, and it's later talked about down the line, I think then the true value of friendship is met head on in that sense for sure, right there. So we covered the hip hop. Did the Grammys do it right? Did the Grammys get it right? Or was that some bullshit? Was that hip hop or was those rappers or was that just a party? The Bulls are doing a Ring of Honor in January. Mike, Scotty, and Dennis going to be there. Lord have mercy. Oh, my goodness. Showing concern for friends, especially the ones of the opposite sex. That's when things get a little testy, you know. Okay, this is my favorite. I think we talked about this a few months ago, as far as talking to the men folk. You're always hearing women are reading books, what a book did for them. And I based that based off of Judy Blume's book, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, because I read the book as a kid. I saw the documentary, and I had no idea the craze Judy Blume had in the late 70s and all the way up to the mid 80s. And then I saw the recently movie. So I had posed a question to the men folk. What book influenced you as a young man? Really pushed it the way. So now I'm to the point, now I'm asking just the question out there, period. What interaction changed you? What interaction changed you in a way that you're appreciative to? And that was a good thing I had that type of interaction. A lot of people say going to camp when I was 10 years old with a group I never thought I would meet or know. A lot of people get that. A lot of people get spending the summer in the South at a certain age. They saw a different responsibility around the house, not just chores, but responsibility in you becoming a young man, a young woman. Because when you're away from your parents a certain amount of time, but you're still with family, that doesn't mean you get to run wild and amok. There's a structure right there going on. Some people credit getting a summertime job for the first time as a teenager. Transferring schools. Maybe that was an interaction moment that you had. The people that are in the sports field, something happened that triggered them to either want to do the particular sport or do the sport in a different way. You take J.J. Watt. He saw Reggie White at a young age that changed him. And you also had Swagoo on ESPN meet Reggie White at a punt, pass, and kick competition. Changed his whole life. The Mean Joe Green commercial as a kid, and then decades later, they recreated that commercial with that little kid who's now a grown man. That was pretty cool. Certain interactions kind of push it. First time you talked on the radio. First time hearing your voice. The first time you met a professional athlete and you were playing sport. You're playing baseball and you meet a baseball player. You're playing football and you meet a professional football player. Does it make you give up or keep going? I think we all have an interaction that changed us for the good. We've all had those interactions that things didn't go too well. But the ones that really put us in the right spot, the right position, to be at a proudful moment, those are the ones I speak of. So if you have an interaction out there like that, please share it. Please share it. Please share it. I tell you, I almost cried yesterday. Real tears, people. You know why? I don't know why more people are not even talking about it. Yesterday was very hard. The 2024 SEC football schedule came out. You think Florida missing a bowl game this year hurt me? That schedule. That I don't see nobody with a cakewalk in the SEC next year. We have 5 games in a row for all 5 teams in the top 13. We have 9 out of our 11 games, those teams in a bowl game this year. we it don't look good. I need the transfer portal to work. Activate now. Transfer portal. Operate now. Wonder Twin Powers. Operate now. I need the transfer portal to work. Look, if there are any kids out there indecisive on where to go, please look at Florida. It's nice weather. Airport's not that far. The women, they're very, very decent. But if you get time today, just look. If you root for a team in the SEC, if you're a Mizzou football fan, and there's a lot of Vandy people. Vandy got it tough next year. Did they think that was a baseball team? The SEC football schedule 2024. What did it say? We're 60 some odd days away from spring practice or something like that. We need to get there quickly and fast. Early high school graduates, come on. Transfer portal. Hey, let's make sure all our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed. We're going to get this right. I don't want no issues. I don't want no decommits. No. It was brutal. It was a brutal, informative day yesterday in the sports world. The Draymond Green situation. The Giannis situation last night after scoring 64 points. I told you guys this about a month and a half ago. Look at the body language on the bench of the NBA. It's too much jibber-jabbing going on the bench. There's something behind the scenes on IG that got everybody kiki, ha-ha, and point. And then there's a thing that happens when they leave there. There's always a spot to go to. I don't know what can be done. Grown men are going to be grown men. You can't tell a grown man what to do. You can't tell billionaires what to do with their money. But you can suspend and slow down the money for athletic millionaires. I want to see how this is handled. So I remember at one time the NFL was kind of running amok in the mid-90s. Oh, hey, tell you what. We're going to stop all this nightclub shit around these sporting facilities out the game. Y'all going to slow that down. So what they start doing, getting people to tell these athletes to see where everybody's going. You think the NBA wants to do that? No. Because Adam Silver is a quote-unquote, he wants to be in with them. He wants to wear his hat to the side. He wants to put his rope on. He wants to hang out with these NBA players. He's a commissioner for the players other than a commissioner for the fans. He's controlling an entertainment conglomerate. That's what he's doing. Is he doing a good job? The success rate of the NBA since he's been in charge has not went down at all. Viewership was a little sketchy a few years ago. We get it. We know why when they were doing load management. But now, since the powers that be have put their foot down on that, it's getting a little better. And then with the bubble situation, it went better than what we anticipated. And then this year we had the in-season tournament, which the Lakers won for the first time. And now we're back to where the NBA is moving forward. But usually this is when fan viewership goes up right before Christmas. But it's already been there due to the new format that the NBA uses this year. And let's face it, 18-game losing streak that the Spurs have, there's more to that to me. I don't believe the reports that are coming out unless Woj tells me, but other reports are coming out that nobody wants to play with Wemby. They don't want to be in position to take care or explain if they win with him in the lineup or if they lose with him in the lineup, which is crazy. which is crazy. No one wants to be held accountable for how his progression happens on the court. That's why it's kind of like he's getting treated like Tim Duncan when he first came in the league a little bit, even though Tim Duncan came with 4-year accolades in college. So the NBA is a little iffy. Again, it looks like you got to be invited in the club to be accepted to even get on the court. You mean to tell me I can play in the NBA? I'm in the NBA, but I can't play team ball with y'all because y'all don't want to bond with me. It's the weirdest shit ever. The weirdest shit ever, I swear. Okay, folks. We have tonight women's college volleyball. I'm watching. I want to see what all the hype is. I want to see what all the hype is. And I'm counting how many 6'5" women there are in volleyball in this matchup tonight. It's a doubleheader. I'm watching. Because last night, in college basketball highlights and the NBA, there are 35 7-footers. What is height coming from, man? I mean, it was rare to see somebody 6'8". Shaq like 5'10" now. It's just normal height. Normal height. That's a woman 6'9" that's playing college basketball. And there are 8 of them. What is going on out? Did I miss the hype train? What did parents say? I need footage. I'm not paying attention to The Simpsons no more. Because The Simpsons telling me everybody's created out of a factory that's putting all these basketball athletes out there, male and female. You see all these tall people, but you never see their mother or father. I have questions. And thank you again to Summer Properties. Their website is coming at the beginning of the year. Stay tuned for that for sure. So shout out to them. Wally update. Okay. And kind of this and that thing. Yeah. You're right. They are out there crying a lot, man. These athletes today, cut from a different cloth is the wrong term to use, but I don't think that's the right. Athletes today are playing under the guidelines and rules that are appropriate today. They can't play like we wanted them to 5 years ago. Can't do it because the game is moving forward. And if we don't move forward, we're going to sound like our great-grandfathers back in the day. And we're little kids saying, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. That's fun. Remember they were dancing in the end zone, Billy White Shoes Johnson. We used to like that as kids, but our dads didn't. That's just stop showing off. Stop showing off. We didn't see it that way. Then as we get older, we look at celebrations a little different. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, we look at the way you celebrate totally different. Oh, you're going too far. Calm down. Respect the game. Act like you've been here before. That's where we at on that level for sure. But as I said, Summer Properties got more information coming as we get close to the beginning of the year. Again, South City Living, family owned, locally owned. There it is right there. Short-term living, whether you're a traveling business professional or if you're looking for a place of your own, got you covered. Also, shout out to the Horse Track over in Collinsville and also the Sportsbook FanDuel. Get your action in. Get it in, people. Get it in while you can. Get in where you fit in. All right, good people. We're going to get out of here. And since I did not get a chance to really celebrate for Jerry Jr.'s birthday yesterday, I'm going to take a whole trip down memory lane and celebrate my boy's 30th birthday today. So, folks, thank you so much for tuning into today's show. Don't forget the new podcast episode of Who's to Blame the Podcast. Episode 539 is up and available on Spotify. And we're talking about NIL. Who is it working for? So check that out. It's up on Spotify. It's up on our Facebook page, Who's to Blame the Podcast. The audio only is up and available for you wherever you get your podcasts that are listening to your podcast. It is up there for sure. All right, good folks, good people. In the words of my great-granddaddy, 2 wrongs don't make a right, they make a left turn. There it is, there it is. Until next time, well, I'll let you. Enjoy the rest of your day. And don't forget to appreciate the details of the day. And tune in tomorrow for Fist Bump Friday. Oh, we got some stuff to talk about. We got some stuff to talk about. Get it on up in Natural Hair Alert. Peace out, good people. We out.